Gadget UK here again, back with the curse of the Neo Geo. I've got to show you the latest problem with this. After I've got all this, you know, they've got the Neo C1 chip in there and it's all working. Can't find any problems with the actual system, despite it throwing me in that direction a few times now and making me think that it is the system, but I'm pretty damn sure it isn't. As you can see, I've taken the 120 and 1 card to bits again here. This is the card that's already, previously when I've done the work on this, when I've used this to test, it's sort of induced resets and things like that. You know, it would reset, get stuck in a watchdog loop where the screen would go black and then it would just continuously reboot. Anyway, let me show you what's happening. Right, so I've got a card in there, puzzle bobble, okay? And it doesn't really matter which card I use, any of the other cards, they're all fine. If I use one of the other multi, you know, the 16111, that's fine. Okay, so let's start. So, all fine. Right, let me just show you this. Lift the console up, nothing. Move the card around, nothing. I can actually tilt this up. Can you hear it still working? Yeah, still working, fine. Wobble it around. Right, the 120 and 1's in there now. Sorry about the lighting here, it's not great at this time of the day. Okay, so switching it on, starting it up, and all seems normal. Let's just go down to Top Hunter. Right, just watch this. Can you see the little graphical, let's see, it's about a white screen, graphical artifacts? Can you see that? So you would think that there's either something wrong with the cards or something wrong with the console, but previously I could just lift this in the corner. I'm just going to lift it now, I'll show you. I'm just going to lift it here, just literally about a centimetre off. And as I do that, I just watch. In fact, it's not doing it now. See, it's gone, stopped. So the problem stopped. That's with it lifted that much, maybe 2 centimetres, 3 centimetres off the ground. Graphical corruption's gone. I'll lower it, watch. See them back? It's hard to tell actually there on the screen, but they are, trust me, they are back. You can see if you... let's see if I can start it. There you go, you can see it there now, it's corrupted, yeah? Just lift it a little bit. Problem gone. Yeah, hold it there, problem gone. Lower it, problem back. So straight away you'd think there's something wrong with the car. I've cleaned this up, I've cleaned up every single pin on these CPLDs or FPGAs or whatever they are, on all 4 sides, just to make sure that they're not loose. I've used an eraser, I've used isopropanol, I've cleaned the slot, I've resoldered the socket on the bottom of where it joins the board. But it doesn't seem to be the board. It's like I say, I can wiggle the boards, and I'll show you the same thing, right? You see the corruptions, and I'll wiggle the boards, different positions, lifting them up, pushing them down. It doesn't go away. You can't get rid of the corruptions. Look, they're just there. You just can't get rid of them. It does not appear to be the cartridge. But that said, like I say, I can lift the board here, and the corruptions that are there, that's it. It's not doing it now. Will typically go away. And in fact, you can get into a scenario whereby you lift it and it induces a reboot, which makes you think there's something wrong with the hardware. But there definitely isn't, because if I use the 16111 card, I can play the same game, no graphical corruptions. That leads me to believe that the system is alright, and the cartridge slot is alright, and you can wiggle it and all the rest of it, and it doesn't do anything. And you can lift it, you can turn it on its side, you can turn it on its back, all while it's powered up, nothing. No reboots, no graphical weirdness, no nothing. But with this gaming, I don't know, I'm just getting this weird behaviour. What I find weird about it is that I know that it's making a good connection here. It's not the connectors. And I know that because I can wiggle the connectors around, you know, I can move the car around, and it has no effect. But the process of just lifting the console in one corner can actually solve the graphical problem. I'm having a real hard time understanding this problem. I can't even induce it now, actually, just lifting it's doing nothing. Let's try it again. See, that's lifting it quite a lot, actually. You know, put it back down, so it's terrible again. See, look how far I've got that now. I've got that like that. It's like, you know, way off the floor, and it's fine. No graphical weirdness. Put it down, and it's back. Lift it up, hang on, and it's gone again. Put it back down, and it's back. Lift it up, and it's not there. I'm just, I don't know, I'm just mystified, absolutely mystified. Because, I mean, what was happening previously, I could just lift it, and you can see this, I could just lift it that amount, and the graphical problem would go away. Just that amount there, like that. But with any other cart, don't get it. So, is it the cart? I don't know, you can see it's making perfect connection there. I've cleaned this up. I've cleaned both the socket and the card up. There's... you could, maybe you could think there's a fracture somewhere in one of the tracks or something on here, or a dry joint or something. One of the chips is just not well fitted or something. But I've experimented with this. I've pressed all the chips down, like I say, I've resoldered all the PLDs. There's not much more I can do with it. And you would think that if it wasn't with the board, just warping it, bending it like that, would induce or reduce the problem, and it has no effect at all. It is purely a case of lifting the main board off there. Whether is it because it's on carpet and we've got static? But then why does this same game work fine in the 161-in-1 without any of this weirdness? I don't know, I'm absolutely mystified. Is this an impedance thing? Is it because this board's got no caps on it when it had... I don't know, I'm absolutely mystified. If anybody has any ideas, please let me know. But right now, what I do know is the cart works, the console works, but the car is doing this weirdness thing, which is, it's done it previously in waves. You can see, this is on the 161-in-1. And, yeah, I can just say, while you're watching that, I'll just lift this, move it around. I've got just all different angles here, all different angles, nothing, no graphical weirdness, nothing. So, yeah, it's the car, but I don't see how. I just don't see why it could be on the car. To be honest, I don't know. Right, well, just giving myself a bit of peace of mind. You can see I'm using my other board here. I'm not using my main board. And this is now currently in reboot loop. A minute ago I got the game that Top Hunter to start, and same thing, graphical artifacts. So it is the car, it's definitely the car. But the interesting thing, like I say, is when it's, I don't know about this one, but when it's in the other machine, the other board, if I lift a corner, graphical corruption goes away, the game works, there's no issues. So there's definitely something wrong with that car. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time checking connectivity on there. I've even just taken a wire brush to the pins on the car edge, just to make sure, because I cleaned them up previously, but I thought maybe it needs some abrasive, maybe there's some sort of coating or something on there. They look okay, but they're not. But it's definitely not that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.